we can think all the information they just keep talking about in our heads. And for me, there are 3 types of teachers. The first type of teacher is the teacher that knows what they're saying and knows how to teach students. The second is they have no idea what they're talking about, but they still just keep saying things over and over and over again. And the third type of teacher is the teacher that may know what they're talking about, but still they can't use those teaching methods to actually teach the students. And my personal opinion, I've had all these 3 types of teachers, but unfortunately enough, we don't get the first type of teacher enough. And also, when we're in class, the teacher may be talking over and over again about subjects that we don't want to know. But in the long run, it's also going to help us a lot. And that's because if we didn't go to school in the first place, then we would have no idea what we would want to choose as a career in the future. However, there are many things in school that I would like to change myself. Like, for example, in my opinion, if you want to be a teacher, then you have to learn about the things going on in this world. And if you can do that, and maybe even things from your own experience in this world, then you can make this class very interesting, because the students will find this as fun, and they'll be very interested in it too. Next comes the homework. Now, we all get homework as students, right? And I'm not saying that getting homework is wrong. It's right, because it tests us what we know for the future, or what we learn in the class. But sometimes when the teacher doesn't explain things very clearly, then the student themselves get very confused on, how do I do this, or what am I supposed to do? And when the student doesn't turn the assignment in the next day or the day that it's due, they are eventually blamed. And I don't blame you for not knowing, but I don't think it's right for the teacher to blame the student, because they should clear things up right then and there when they were talking about that subject. And the third thing are tests. Now, we all get tests as students, though, right? And I'm not saying it's wrong again, because it still tests us for what we learned in the class. But I think, in my personal opinion, some teachers use these tests or quizzes as for advantages, or they use them as advantages just to see what the students are learning or what they're not learning. And I'm not saying that this is wrong, but I don't think that they should just keep on giving tests over and over again in the same week, because that causes much stress on the students themselves. And the last thing is the career. Now, we all do have passions, and we all know, or we all may be deciding what we want to be in the future. However, it can be so hard to decide in our childhood. But thanks to school, we have much knowledge. And as many people said earlier, if the more we learn from many different subjects, the better it can be for us. So, because then we have a more variety of things to choose from. And in the end, I leave this to you. Do you think that schools should teach us or continue to teach us these ways, or should they change things more or make them more interesting? Thank you.
Good job. Great job, Ayaan. All right, that is the end of the middle school public speaking rounds. Now, moving on to our high school finalists. Lassie, you want to explain the finalists?
Sure.